Russo's Playbook. Alright everybody, you know what time it is. It's another episode of Russo's Playbook, episode 18. We're here with AG and Pat. How y'all boys doing today?
Doing alright. How are you, Russo?
I'm solid. I'm good, man. I'm happy we got Pat on for the weekly. It's about time. Got some time off of work, so you know we had to sneak him in.
For sure. How's everybody doing? I'm good as well. Can't complain.
Yes, sir. We got plenty of headlines to run down. No stop that's this week, even though I think we could have slipped in a couple, but no need to force it. We'll be back with them next week. Like I said, plenty of headlines, NBA playoffs to get into, so might as well jump right into it. So the first one I want to talk about, Frank Clark was arrested in L.A. with a submachine gun in his Lamborghini. I guess that right there could have been the stop that. That's actually ridiculous.
That's definitely the stop that of the week. That is just insane. Like I never understand these guys playing at this level. Like what is the need to be carrying a firearm like that? Not to mention like it's just out in the open. At least conceal it. At least try to hide it, man. Like you play in the National Football League. Like you're gonna get caught eventually doing. If you're doing something wrong and you're on that type of platform, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, have your firearm protection, whatever you want to do in terms of that, but, abide by the law while doing it if you're an NFL player in the spotlight and stuff like that. And you're Frank Clark. It's not like you're, one of the last guys on the sideline. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah,
100%. And then in the same day, but obviously no connection, we had Vikings rookie defensive tackle Jalen Tymon. He was shot 4 times in Washington, D.C. while visiting his aunt. Luckily, it said he's okay and he's supposed to make a full recovery. But, I mean, that right there is scary, man. That's 4 times.
That's why you have the firearm in the first place.
Yeah.
You just have to conceal it.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess.
I'll tell you what, though. Gritty guy. Taking 4, gonna be okay, full recovery. Like shout out him. I'm happy he's okay. But Vikings got a dog. Vikings got a dog in this guy.
Yeah, for sure. And we're glad he's gonna be okay. And then another football topic, real quick. So Tom Brady was on the show HBO The Shop, and I guess it was a little preview I saw, and he was discussing free agency, and he made a comment that. Late during free agency, a team pulled out of the running, and he just sat there like, you're really sticking with that motherfucker? I mean, so who do you guys think that team was?
I think it was the Raiders and Derek Carr.
Okay.
Clearly they stuck with Derek Carr for some reason. I think he's kind of washed, not that good. So I can see
you are not going to make Raiders fans happy with this one.
Raiders fans, come at me.
This might be worse than the Titans fans coming at us, dog.
Hear that, Jose?
No, but that's a good one with the Raiders, man. I was thinking San Francisco just because that was his home team when he was growing up and everything.
And Jimmy G being under him to start, yeah.
Exactly. Jimmy G's kind of in the spot he wanted, So I feel like that could be one, but the Raiders is a good option because it actually doesn't make sense if you're sticking with Derek Carr over Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I remember during his free agency and getting towards the end, he was I saw on Instagram the pictures of edited pictures of him in the Raiders jerseys that they were a finalist, and then obviously it didn't work out. But it was funny. He commented on this one Instagram post, Tom Brady, and the post is basically, what other team would he have found success with? Like, what team should have gotten Brady? And he just commented, Bucks.
Tom Brady. You know what? And he's enjoying himself now, man. It's like Bill Belichick, he's free now. He doesn't have to deal with the strict win and become that GOAT status. Like, he is the GOAT now. And I think he's just enjoying life.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's over here. I don't know if you guys saw the video. He's getting ready for the golf tournament and everything. And he's talking shit. He hit 3 putts. He was like, this one's for the one golfer, this one's for Aaron, and then this is for my squad. It's just, he's having a good time.
Living his best life, for
100%.
sure.
Yeah, definitely. Love to see it.
Exactly.
The first idea I heard when that story came out, was the 49ers. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody was choosing the 49ers, but my first initial thought was the Raiders. So I'm kind of in the middle of both of you guys on that. I think both are definitely possibilities. Those are probably the top two possibilities that I can think of.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, can we be in agreement that the Bucks definitely weren't the first option? Huh?
I definitely think his first option was the 49ers. If it was up to him and it would have been the 49ers. I don't know. I think that Tampa Bay was still in like his top five. Maybe not his first decision, but they were up there. Given I think the nice playing in the nice weather, plus the weapons that they have down there and the wide receivers. So
I get you. I get why you're saying the Niners probably number one, but like the Bucks they had more weapons, man. That could have been the number one idea from Brady from the start. Yeah. We wouldn't know, but I just look at it and I'm like, why would he choose the 49ers over that Bucks roster? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But imagine Tom Brady throwing that ball to George Kittle.
No, I get it.
But then he
brought in Gronk.
Exactly. Then he couldn't bring in Gronk.
Imagine Brady throwing the ball to Gronk in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Gronk is not George Kittle right now. That's
making me money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely something.
Definitely, definitely. But Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and then they bring in AB. Like, you know what I mean?
A
squad.
That was a stacked team,
so
for sure. Still a stacked team. They brought everybody back.
Yeah. I'm saying like while he's making that decision, it's like you're looking at the Niners. Like, they got some young guys. Like these dudes can definitely step up and be very good. But they're not Chris Godwin and Mike Evans yet.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure.
Then you add on AB and Gronk coming back,
Yeah, and that defense is steps ahead. I mean, the 49ers defense is good, but I think the Bucks defense is just a couple steps ahead.
Yeah.
Well, injuries really just bit the 49ers in the ass.
That hurt them this year, too.
Because their defense still has potential to be as good as it was 2 years ago when they went to
Lost
the
their
Super Bowl.
defensive coach, though.
Uh-oh.
To who?
Uh-oh. But let's move on to the next headline I got. So Jacob DeGrom, he has 12 starts this season with the .50 ERA. I mean, that's unheard of. And we talked about it a little bit on our show, Deep to Right. We'll be dropping this morning. But the guy's remarkable, dude. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, he's nasty. Like it's crazy how consistent he is. Not to mention, I know you just talked about it in the baseball pod, but he's getting are coming out and checking him for the sticky stuff repetitively. That's happening all over the league, but DeGrom's just doing it all on his own.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah, he went and got checked. The umpires checked him twice, and he's sitting here like, go ahead, dog. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm the best pitcher in the league, and I ain't using nothing.
Yeah. I don't think he's that good.
Oof, that's a
no,
bad
I'm just kidding. I just didn't want to just come in and say the same exact thing as you guys. Carry on.
I couldn't buy a hit off DeGrom.
The baseball talk.
Yeah, that's all.
I couldn't buy a hit off DeGrom in MLB. That's how you know. That's how you know he's nice.
Dude, yeah, the guy's filthy. So I just want to give him his props there. And another team switching up sports, I want to give props to the Islanders.
What a win!
Yeah, I know. We don't talk hockey much. I know we're not big fans, but I have been watching in the playoffs. It's very entertaining.
Playoff hockey's the best.
It is. It really is. So Islanders won last night against the Lightning in Game 6 in overtime to force a Game 7. AG's like, all right, I'm checking out.
No, I'm here. Yeah. I don't think the Islanders are that good.
Oh. Yeah, but no, they're a fun team, man. Electric, fun to watch, and I just hope they make it to a championship. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always root for like the hometown team. I mean,
go Devils.
Devils are not in this. And not being a hockey guy, like I don't really have a team. So if one of the hometown teams are in it, that's the team I'll root for. And the Islanders are electric, so it's awesome. Playoff hockey's awesome. I'm here for it.
I do agree with that, though. Playoff hockey is entertaining.
It's just
when I catch it, I'm not gonna like put it on or whatever. But if it's on, I catch it at work or something.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
In the early rounds, it was Islanders, I think, against the Bruins, and they literally all started brawling. I've never seen. I mean, maybe just because I'm not a hockey fan, I've never seen it before. But literally, all 5 players went into the penalty box. They had to bring out 5 new players.
Yeah,
I literally have never seen it before. That's how much they were going at it. Like it was
playoff
fun
hockey,
to watch.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
The refs just let it go. Like fighting is always a thing in hockey, but like during the regular season, it's kind of dialed back a bit. Mm-hmm. But once playoffs happen, man, those refs don't care. Like they'll step in when needed, but they're really just letting them go.
How come hockey's the only sport that's all right? If you have a problem, drop your gloves, drop your face mask, and let's fight. Yeah.
See, I was about to say that. I'm not sure if there's like a hot take or not, but like I feel like every sport should be like that.
100%, dude.
The way to make baseball better, imagine the guy, the batter gets a hit, or gets a run around the bases with the bat. Try tag him out.
No, but I mean, think about it. If a pitcher hit a batter, why can't they just drop gloves and bats and swing at each other? You know what I'm saying? Go at it. I don't know, man. We should definitely see it more.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like in football too, like fucking take the helmet off, throw that shit square
like,
up.
Andre Johnson, Johnson and Cortland Finnegan, man. That was what we were talking about. I can see that every
Sunday.
Yeah, goal. At least once or twice. Come on.
And in basketball, I mean, you know, like you got dudes like Boogie pushing D-Book after the game is over on his way back. Yeah. Like, if they were just able to just start squaring up with no repercussions, like, that'd be great, dude.
Yeah, I don't know who would say
That's
that.
What we need.
Yeah, but...
If boxing is gonna die, let's let them box in the other sports. Fuck it.
Add that shit. I mean, they add in whatever, so...
It's celebrity boxing on every other channel. We might as well do it in the NBA, too.
That's funny as hell. But speaking of the NBA, man, we had the playoffs going on. It's been hectic. We had the Bucks beat the Nets in Game 7. To me, I don't care about injuries. That's a huge failure for the Nets. It was championship or bust, and they did not win the championship.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we said it from the start, championship or bust. We might have been saying championship or bust before Harden even came into the picture. Yeah. Then you add Blake Griffin, who apparently wasn't washed as much as we thought. Into there.
Oh, I told you.
Yeah. No, Russo got me on that one, man. I said it from the start. I was like, if he dunks in the first 2 games, I got finesse. He dunked like the first time he touched the rock. I was like, oh boy.
Here we go.
I was like, another one. Because they all did that to get there. Stephen A said that the number one reason they didn't win was because of karma. Because of how they all got there. That's what he said.
Do you think they're going to keep the team together?
Yeah. Because they know that if that team was healthy, they know if they were healthy, they were gonna get the job done. Yeah, I think everybody kind of can see that.
I think. I was just gonna say I think they'll keep the team together, but I mean they do have player options to opt out. So
yeah, well I think when I say I think they're keeping the team together, I'm talking about that core. I'm talking about those 3. You know what I mean? I don't even know if Blake Griffin's gonna stay. I don't know. You know, those 3 though definitely, but I think they should shake up the role players a little bit, like. You know, they need some defensive toughness in there.
Spencer Dinwiddie's coming back, too.
True.
That's going to be a good pickup for that.
I think they just need a big defensive presence, a P.J. Tucker kind of guy that's going to just, let's go. Like, bring some energy, bring some defense, like a Marcus Smart. They need to bring somebody like that in. They just need that for the playoffs. You know what I mean? They could coast through the regular season with that 3, one of them on the court, 2 of them on the... It doesn't matter, as we saw. But... They need that when it comes playoff time. Playoff basketball is a lot different.
Now, here's another thing that I brought up in an earlier show when it happened during the regular season. We didn't really know if it was going to be a big deal or not. The Nets played the 76ers late in the season for basically the number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. And the Nets decided to sit KD and play him against the Timberwolves the night after or night before, something like that.
Then they had to play the Bucks.
Yeah.
Instead of the Hawks.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're sitting here looking at it and you're like, okay, so maybe if you did try a little bit in the regular season, you could have been playing a lesser team and actually, even with the injuries, gotten through this playoff stretch. So that's just something to look at, something interesting.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, Trae Young might have got them too.
That's fair.
After what I saw last night.
Let's get right into it.
Well, no, we got to talk, before we get into that series, we got to talk about the Sixers some more. Ben Simmons, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just bad basketball through the entire series. You know what I mean? He just wasn't shooting the ball. I think he took oh man, I wish I remembered. It was like he took 6 shots or something in the fourth quarters throughout that entire series.
Yeah, he didn't make a single shot.
We need to pray for the city of Philadelphia. What happened with the Sixers is one thing, but just real quick, dude. The Phillies, the way they lost yesterday, I don't know if you saw that. They were up 4 runs, closing the game out. They let up a run, then a grand slam, and lost the game just like that. For that to happen right after the way the Sixers lost, people in Philadelphia, I'm sorry.
And they're still rooting for the Eagles, so I mean, it's rough out here.
Yikes.
Coming from two Jets fans.
All right, but listen, we got hope.
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all saw a lot last year with the Eagles, man. But all right, let's stay on top. Let's stay on top.
Yo, Ben Simmons, the worst free throw percentage in the playoffs of all time.
Yeah.
The guy wears a shooting sleeve. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. And just 4 years into the league, he hasn't developed any type of offensive game. It's the same game he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
No jumper. You know, have you guys been seeing those workout videos like before the games when he's out there on the court before the game, like shooting off the wrong foot and like just like floaters off the? And I'm just like, what are you practicing right now?
He's
like,
sitting
what's going
out.
on?
He's sitting out of the
Tokyo.
Yeah, he's sitting out of the Tokyo Olympics. He was going to play for Australia. He's not going anymore. He's going to work on fundamentals in the offseason.
I would hope so. No,
but
actually,
ship him to Shanghai.
Yeah.
But,
I saw Stephen A. come out and said that from one of his sources close to the situation, they're told that Ben Simmons just doesn't really care. He has all family around him that babies him, doesn't work on what he needs to. So, I mean, that's interesting as it is. But how are you going to move on from him if you're the 76ers?
It's going to be tough given how his values plummeted.
I mean, you're going to have to take a lot less than you would want. But yeah, I mean, back to your point, I mean, I feel like his confidence was just down too. I think this was Stephen A. that said this as well. He was like, 70% of the ball was in Joel Embiid's hands all regular season. Now he's a little shaken up and shit come playoff time, and you want Ben Simmons to produce. It's like he's sitting here like, bro, you guys didn't need me all year. Like, he's gonna pass it. But like simple shit like where he made that little spin, had the ball right under the basket.
Yeah.
3 minutes left, down one or whatever the case was, like the close game, 3 minutes left, and you don't dunk it. You kick it out for a three, or
didn't even kicked it out to another guy for a layup.
Kicked it out he kicked it out for a contested layup.
Yeah,
and the guy went to the line and only made one.
And
so that's a 1 point difference right there. You could just dunk it, but it's like he has no confidence.
And if you're Ben Simmons, knowing that you can dunk that, you turn around and look. The only person anywhere near you
is
Trae
Young.
Yes. So who the hell are you scared of right now? Like, go up and dunk the ball.
I think he's just scared of himself. Like he's so in his own head, dude. Like he's capable of shooting a basketball. He chooses not to because he's so in his own head.
Yeah.
It's so mental right now.
Philly and people just forgetting how to shoot. Like Ben Simmons never had a jumper, but he would do it. Like,
and
I think the real problem is he's not a point guard. Why are we trying to force that point guard thing on him? If you put him at the 4 for the Sixers, and they bring in an elite starting point guard, that's a completely different team.
Markelle Fultz.
He screws up the spacing. Yeah. You give Joel Embiid no shot down there because they can just collapse in the middle because Ben Simmons is the point that stayed out. Yeah. Like, doesn't make sense. Put him on the other block. Let him go short corner. Let him develop a little bit of a mid-range game, maybe on some turnaround jumpers, like something like.
Definitely, I think he needs to start with layups.
His hook shot. He has a nice little hook shot. Yeah. Like, he's got some stuff in his bag, like a few things that he can get. It's just that's not something that a point guard's doing. Like, the point guard, he's running the offense. I don't think he should be running the offense. He can still pass from being the 4. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, his passing's not going to change. He's still going to be a great passer.
I feel like Sixers fans miss Markelle Fultz after this series.
Yeah. But
I mean,
what's that?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna move with the Hawks. So the Hawks won that game 7 against 76ers. They played game 1 last night against the Bucks, and they beat the Bucks game 1. Trae Young is killing it right now, and I know AG brought it up before the show. How even was that trade with Luka and Trae Young? I mean, both got superstars. It's crazy.
Yeah, and if you didn't consider Trae a superstar, last night he put the super in front of the star.
Yep.
For sure. You know what I mean? Luka's been there in the public eye. But, yeah, man, that's such an even trade. I mean, at this point, it looks like the Hawks won. But that's only because they, advance. If the Luka was advancing right now too, it'd be super even, like legit. Yeah. But I mean, a great trade for both teams. I mean, it kind of works for both of their rosters. Like so far, it seems like
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. For sure.
But Trae Young, man, 40. He had. Hold on, let me pull up the numbers. He had 40 and 11, 40 points, 11 assists. Or no, 48 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds. and the Bucks lose by 3 on a night where Giannis drops 34, 12 rebounds and 9 assists, and Drew Holiday drops 33 and 10 assists. And they still lose by 3 to Trae Young and John Collins and the Hawks.
See,
not a good sign.
That's rough. Yeah, exactly.
At home.
That's rough because you would think with both them having stellar nights like that, they'd get the job done, and that just didn't seem to happen.
Right, yeah, but then you get 4 points from PJ Tucker and 7 points from Brook Lopez. You know what I mean? And Chris Middleton only gives you 15 on a bad shooting night. But I agree though. Like these guys dropped a combined 67 points, 19 assists, and 16 rebounds between the two of them. Like
couldn't get it done.
You gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta get it done.
Yeah, and that 100%.
If you're the Bucks at home, you're the favorites. You know what I mean? And you can't go down 0-2 now. And then go back to Atlanta.
Definitely not. But you know who did go down 0-2? Again, it's the Clippers.
They don't have Kawhi this time, though.
No,
wait,
exactly.
but they have playoff P. They have playoff P. Everything should be fine.
Yeah, they do. Damn sure.
Yeah,
damn right they have playoff P. That's why they're down 2-0 right now.
Yeah, well, the Suns
playoff
got
P
Devin
showed up
Booker.
again.
Yeah, Suns got Devin Booker, who had an incredible game 1, 40 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists.
Yeah, he was off in game 2, and they still won.
Yeah.
That's scary for the Clippers,
Did you see his nose in game 2?
Yeah.
I mean, it was busted.
Yeah.
Pat Beverly playing his tough defense like usual. It was like a headbutt, dude. I don't even know how the nose cut open, but it had a slice on the top of his nose, started bleeding everywhere. Devin Booker had his nose messed up, still came back at late in the game.
Yep.
They won that game off of a inbounds pass to basically an alley-oop right to DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Dunked it.
I got some things to talk about that play.
Yeah.
So, first of all, why did Ty Lue put Boogie Cousins on the inbound? on Jay Crowder for the inbound. Jay Crowder's inbounding the ball. You got Boogie Cousins there. Man, he didn't even go to his tippy toes when the ball was passed. There was no point. Like, yeah, he's a big body. I get that. But, like, somebody that's got some hops that could, like, jump up and kind of... Jay Crowder's kind of looking like, all right, I got to throw this a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just think about it more. If the guy's jumping and stuff, like, Boogie was just standing there, like... He didn't even react to the ball was thrown. Like, he can't jump anymore. Like, he just doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So that didn't make any sense to me. Then you got Zubac following Ayton around the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you set it up for them. You know what I mean? Like, how was that not coached in the huddle to be like, listen, like, if they run like a little curl screen where he's curling back, like, I don't care. I'll let DeAndre Ayton catch the ball at the free throw line and have to tap the ball. Like,
because there was only 0.9 seconds left.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was like 0.6 or something, I thought.
But
0.9 maybe. Either way,
either way.
Either way, like I'm cool with DeAndre Ayton having to attempt a shot in 0.8 seconds.
Yeah.
If that's what it comes down to, let him go out if it looks like he's going out, because I know he's coming back in for that alley oop. If I'm Zubac, all he had to do was just shift 2 times, wait for the ball, go up and get it.
And
it's like, but he followed him, got himself pinned with Devin Booker, and couldn't get through it, and then couldn't jump up and grab the ball in time.
I need to know, you a big man. How do you not just run through Devin Booker? It's last play of the game. Yeah. You know it's going. Hit him, dog. I don't care. Like,
yeah, but I mean that could end up being a foul if you run into him hard enough.
So that's fair. That's fair.
My thing is, why did you chase? Why did you chase? Or if you're gonna chase, you gotta have the next big man shifting over.
Which was down there. There was another big man down there.
Yeah, but it seemed like that just wasn't discussed. Like, how do you not think about the fact that there's probably going to be a curl play coming for DeAndre Ayton? Like, you know that it's either that or they're going to try to swing around for a 3 or something like that. Like, there's 2 options. There's 0.9 seconds left. You really didn't have many choices. Like, Suns coach was even in the huddle. They got a little mouthpiece of him. He was in the huddle, said something like, there's something. What was it?
He said like Ayton, I'm gonna need you to dunk
it.
Yeah,
what a play call.
The obvious shit. Like, but you gotta be that attentive to detail in that moment in the huddle. You know what I mean? Like, Ty Lue should have been over there. Like, look, they're gonna try to dunk it. Somebody just stand at the rim and grab the ball.
Stay there.
Like, literally, don't even. You don't have to follow any screens, any of that. Like, let DeAndre Ayton have to force up a mid-range shot with 0.8. If I lose that way, I'd rather take that than losing on that dunk. Where now I look stupid. I look like I didn't draw up any type of defense for that.
But shout out Crowder with that pass. That
was a great pass.
Beautiful.
Great pass.
On point.
Yeah,
great pass. The Suns are going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. I've been saying that. I've been on the train, man.
That brings me into the next thing I was going to ask you guys. So we got new NBA Finals predictions because we all kind of thought the Nets were going to be in there. So
True.
we'll go back to our back to some predictions. So my new one's going to be Hawks vs Suns in the finals.
Took it right out of my mouth. Pause.
Whoa. Yeah, no. I was going to say, but I had to say it first, so.
Mad at you.
I don't know. I think
Definitely your fault.
I think it's gonna be Bucks Suns, and I think the Suns win.
Why do you have the Bucks? I'm curious. Because me and Russo kind of agree. So why are you going Bucks?
Because I just think Giannis is gonna get the job done eventually. I think it's gonna be a great series. It's gonna be a long series, and ultimately, I just think that they have the pieces to beat Trae Young. Because at the end of the day, like it's Trae Young, the guy Hoyter, what's his name? Hoyter, right?
Hoyter. I don't know how to say it. He's got the strap though.
Yeah.
That's a guy that rides around with the strap in the back seat, unhidden. He lets everybody know he's got the strap on him.
Like, my basketball knowledge isn't great, but like, what's that guy? John Collins, Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich, yeah, one of them.
Yeah, like Bogdanovich has he had a great playoff run?
Dude, I've been at work.
He was last night was not good for him.
It's been below average. It's compared to what he's done in the regular season. So like, I just think that's still a young team.
Oh, very.
So, and I think when they get this team to the playoffs, like, yes, they got this win last night, but it was a close game. It was a real close game, and Giannis had a real slow start. So like, I think at the end of the first, he only had 8 points. Like, Giannis usually can make it happen.
Well, you're right about Bogdanovich.
Like,
I just got through 4 games, and he's had 4, 7, and 6 so far.
Like, Trae Young has been balling and has gotten help from the supporting cast, but I don't think that's gonna help him long term with Giannis, Middleton, Holiday.
Yeah, that's the only thing though. But like, that supporting cast needs to show up too.
I mean,
because I think Trae Young can outduel Giannis.
That's true, but Holiday had himself a night, and Middleton just had a poor shooting night. You know what Middleton's been doing.
You're going to need both of those on the same night. You're going to need 25 and 25, not 33 and 15. Like, because that just means they're playing better in general. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to just need both of them to be on their game. Because even last night, I believe they went to Chris Middleton, and at one point, he almost had a chance at, like, it was like 2 minutes left or something like that. He had a chance at kind of getting a dunk or a layup, kicked it out for a 3 they missed. He airballed it, actually, the guy. I don't know if you guys saw it. But, like, it looked like his confidence was a little shot because he was off, too. You know what I mean? Yeah. He might go up with that and tie the game up in a different scenario if he's having the 30-point game.
I think it's going to be a great series. But regardless, Suns are winning the whole thing.
Suns winning the whole thing?
I got Suns.
I'm going Suns-Hawks and the Suns winning. I mean, I would just love to see that. D-Book versus Trae Young in the finals. I think something that's really cool is that all 4 of these teams haven't won a chip since the merger.
I was about to say something.
Yeah, regardless, history will be made, which will be cool.
Which is dope. I mean, especially after the past couple years, you know. I'm not one who really minds ever, like, when the same teams are making it, because I'm like, look, somebody beat them.
Yeah.
Somebody be better. Like, you know what I mean? I can't really complain about that. Like, when the Patriots were doing it, I was like, everybody's like, oh, yeah, I hate Tom Brady. He keeps winning. And I'm just like, oh, game respects game. I'm like, yo, he's killing out there. Like, if they win, they win. But
gotta stop.
You know, but this is cool to see. You know what I mean? So I was never like, oh, I don't want to see Bron and Steph and the Nets, and like I want something different.
It was
but
always
like,
good every time.
The fact that it is different though, I'm like, I'm down for this too. Like, this is
100%,
cool.
100%.
You know what I mean? But the draft lottery happened also this week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Pistons.
Go through that real quick. Pistons got the number 1 pick. Probably go Cade Cunningham there, I guess. That's pretty much what everyone's saying. I hate getting into the whole, like, you know, prospects thing, because the way that, like, even in the NFL, you know how I'm like, I don't know. Like, they hype people up so much, you know what I mean?
This seems like, I mean, listen, I pay attention for the most part. It doesn't seem like there's these big names like we've had in the previous drafts.
Yeah,
with Zion.
There's not big names, but there's some big talent in this draft.
Oh, yeah.
You know I mean?
Anybody coming out of the draft, I'm sure they'll be good to great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just nobody that caught my eye where, like, I heard their name, like, oh, there we go, that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody fully gassed up.
Yeah. Just to go through the rest of the lottery real quick. So, Pistons number 1. The Rockets got number 2. So, that's interesting. They need that. You know what I mean? But who do they bring in? They got, like, John Wall and Wood, Christian Woods.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see who they bring in. Then we got the Cavs at number 3. Bring somebody in alongside Colin Sexton. The Raptors get number 4, with pretty much the same roster as they went to the championship with. Won a championship with, aside from Kawhi and a couple other players that have left. But like, they got the number 4 pick with like part of that core kind of still together. So they just had a really bad year this year. So that's interesting. And then the Magic, number 5. My Thunder got number 6. So it's going to be interesting. Golden State got the, I believe, the 7th. Yeah, Golden State got the 7th and 14th picks with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and what's the name coming back? The center, Wiseman.
The Wiseman, yeah. They could really stock up on that team. Yeah.
Go ahead. Needed that. No, but yeah, I don't know. The Warriors might be back, baby.
No, as long as Clay and Steph are healthy, they'll be back. Yeah. They'll be back for sure.
I mean, they went to the playoffs this year. They were in the play-in and shit with just Steph balling, you know?
Steph and Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, exactly.
But that'll wrap up this show for this week. You can find it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can read up on our blogs, catch up on episodes at russosplaybook.com. You can catch us on social media at Russo's Playbook, at HAG400. Pat, you don't have a Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter.
Shake my head.
But you guys can Venmo me if you want.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys again next week.
Go Suns.